Hello everyone, this is Zero the Sane here, and welcome back for another part 4 of What If Deku Was Abandoned and Iron Man. So let's get to it. So the last recap covers Izuku conflicted with Bakugo in middle school. The Sludge Villain attacked him, but the Sludge Villain get defeated. All Might later show up, and Izuku told All Might both questions. One, can he be here without quirk? And two, does he know about Tony Stark? And this makes All Might in shock and told him that is he planning to go to UA, and he said yes. And Izuku saved Bakugo for the Sludge Villain again. And the pro hero scolded him, and Izuku told them that he is quirkless and left, and made it to in his house and his growing entertainment from a UA exam. So that is all the recap, so let's get to it. Izuku sat in his workshop, still thinking about why he saved Bakugo for the sludge villain. The person who tormented him for years, why did he risk life for help him? Jarvis noticed this trouble's expression, and he spoke up. It appears that your body moved on its own, Jarvis started. What do you mean by that? Izuku conflicted or confused. Sorry. Your instincts were sharp by your younger self before you were diagnosed as quirkless. Even back then, whenever you saw someone in trouble, you will rush in to help. That is what heroes do after all. But you might be wondering, how does Jarvis know about this? Well, at the Tony death, Jarvis's scan has sent drones to keep an eye on Deku or Izuku if he's his both Hisashi and Ingo of themselves. But after seeing Izuku become helpful as hero, be hero without no power, yeah, that's quite explain why, and that's quite explain why in episode 1 I did that Jarvis control the Iron Legions and protect the Tony's old mansion that was there. So yeah, so back to the story then. Isuka thought what Jarvis said and realized that Jarvis was right. He had always wanted to be a hero, and even though Baku was his bully, he saw the fear on his face, the same fear he had seen others needed help. That is why his body moved on its own. Yeah, that's explained why I act without thinking, Isuka admitted. I guess Bakugo might finally leave me alone now, at least for a while, but in 10 months, he'll be going to UA too. That means I need to prepare myself. Then another thought stuck Izuku, his last name to be example. When UA perceives his exam and assault, they will see his first and last name, but after being abandoned, he is no longer wanted to carry the name of Midoriya. Jarvis seemed to complete or heard that, and he said, "You will take the last name of Stark." But would that mean my father or Hisashi Midoriya would also have the Stark's name? Is a good question. No, Jarvis assured him. Tony severed all ties Hisashi years ago. Legally, Hisashi is no longer part of the Stark's family. That's right now belongs to you. Izuku's eyes widened before a grin spread across his face. It was official. Izuku Stark. The next day, Izuku received a new legal document to confirm his name change. While walking past Deku Beach, he saw the piles of junk and thought about how useful the scrap metal could be for his invention. or inventor. He orders the Iron Legion to begin cleaning at the beach while he's joined in as well. Over time, his body grew even stronger for working on his suits, gadgets, training under the Iron Legions, develop his durability, endurance, agility, and stamina. And you might be wondering why. Well, working with like engineer or something, it kind of bulking up your muscles like that. And the fourth thing that I said, like that, the durability, endurance, agility, and stamina. Well, it tried to make Zuko like dodge some blast, like Iron Legion try to shoot like blast at him, but like low one, not fully killing him. So yeah, um, because in Marvel, Tony Stark never fought. Well, never fought like hand to hand combat. He just like straight shoots and that's it. Anyways, after 10 months of preparation, the beach was spotless, and Izuku was in his good condition, like somewhere like season 4 or season 5, I don't know, or 6. Fit like now the UA extra exam awaits him. The next morning, Izuku stood at the gate of UA in his with a yellow backpack on his back and red and gold briefcase in his hands. His Iron Man suit, by the way. Ready for a practical exam, he walks into the building and aced the written test. And you might be wondering, like, what about Bakugo? And yes, after Izuku goes to his school, he sees Bakugo didn't like taunt him, which after hearing the news about or if a rumor spread that Bakugo was saved by a quirkless kid, yeah, that will probably break his own pride like that. And what about him meet Bakugo at the extra exam? Well, in the anime, Izuku just keeps standing still, like that. His mind just go excited about he's finally got a quirk, then someone give him a one for all by, like just one day, and that's it. And yeah, and he wouldn't, and that he never met Araka or by tripping the ground. So yeah, that's kind of basically it. And yeah, and the seat where like him and sit next to Bakugo, yeah, it will be opposite sides. So Bakugo didn't sit next to Zuko. So yeah. Anyways, and the other students inside the auditorium, President Mike explained the rules of the practical exam. Defeating the villain bots will earn different point values by master 0 point villain bot like excited to the obstacle to avoid. Before Ada could speak up about it, Izuku beat him to it and asked President Mike about the 0 point robots. President Mike confirmed that it gives no points and should be avoided, which Izuku acknowledged with a nod. At the start of the exam, students lined up at the massive gate. Izuku calmly held his own briefcase, or the red the gold one, or the red gold. And you might be one. So the students just see this like, why is he has a briefcase on it? Well, they will become shocked. Ida was about to lecture him why he has bringing the briefcase, but however, knowing he needs to sit up quickly, with a smooth motion, he dropped the briefcase on the ground and transformed. The students were gasped and shocked as he immediately took off into the sky before the countdown even started. He flew to the top of the gate and crashed down and see the point robots and start to attack it. Then Ida start to think that he was cheating, but President Mike tell them that there was no countdown and just tell them to go. As the gate opened, Zucker just already take down Villa bots with precisely reckoned points quickly. Like it was kind of fast. Like just I like the Iron Man suit flew, and at the top of the speed, Ida, even Ida cannot maneuver his own quirk. That's that the Iron Man suit has best agility by speed. Ida, when he's running with his engine, he has to like very try to turn, not to slip it down. So yeah. So okay. So anyways, back to the story again. The pro heroes monitor the exam, focus on him, wondering if his iron suit was his quirk. President Nezu, however, checked Izuku's files and was shocked. His name is Izuku Stark, and his quirkless. The pro heroes were stunned, not because he was quirkless, but because of his last name, Stark. And you might be wondering, how did the pro heroes know about Stark? well, well, okay, like I said, Tony Stark was like, well, he has to be like a grandfather of Izuku, so only, like I said last video, like last part, all my knows about Tony Stark, and he's quite like around very older of being a pro hero, so he knew about Tony after all. And you might be wondering, how what about like the pro heroes that did this day? Well, after the very higher up of their hero point and how they're like good at their hero job, the the government or like tell them about like um Tony Stark of how he was Iron Man and how like they just asked like tell them about it because of how they would never like spread rumors about it. So they try to keep him a secret that is kind of, which for them they think that the being quirkless as a hero was stupid. So yeah, only All Might knows because he kind of knew him. So anyways, so yeah, they all knew who Tony Stark was, but if they're like higher rank of the pro here, so they already know that. While the public was not unaware or was unaware of his fate, the pro heroes and America knew the truth. Only the one who wasn't surprised was All Might. Recognized Izuku from the Sludgeville incident, doesn't notice All Might's reaction. He seems to know him, All Might. Yeah, All Might confirmed. He is the same kid who saved the student from the sludge villain. The other pro heroes were even more impressed. However, one hero remained silent. For some reason, Aizawa, for some reason, hearing that Izuku was quiet, quirkless, yet carrying the Stark's name, gave him a strange feeling, almost a grudge. Meanwhile, Izuku continues dominating the exam, scoring 150 points. And I know people are saying, well, how has he got a lot? Look, they're in the gates, and there's a like bunch of robots, like zero, like 1 2 3 numbers of a robot, and that area it's so long. I could imagine that Midori just start shooting at them one by one. So yeah, this kind of because how fast the suit he's in and how he's kind of almost faster than the class so or the student. So yeah, anyways, he was about to leave when he heard a scream. Turning, he saw Raka trap it under the breeze as a massive 0 point villain robot approached. Without hesitation, he shot towards her or shot the rubble that she was in, not to damage her leg. Once it did, Izuku lift up or no, he lifted up the boulder, pinning her. I would say that Midori shot or Izuku shot some the heavier debris like very like at the top, well the middle one of it. So yeah. Once that, he carried her to safely just in time. Are you okay? Izuku asked inside the helmet. With Oraka, yes. Tell him yes. Thank you. Oraka was still breathing, still shaking for that. Once that, Izuku flies where the safest place that she is again injured. Good. Now, leave this to me, Izuku said, livid smirk inside the helmet, and take it off towards the 0 point robot. After he close to the zero point robot, and as the zero point robot is about to grab Midoriya or Izuku, Izuku just raise his left arm and deploy a mini missile launcher. And with that, the students were shocked, including both Ida and Raka. And so after President Mai reacted to that, he snapped for his shocks and yelled times up that the exam is actually over. Well, after the exam, Recover Girl healed Raka sprained ankle. Just as Izuku was about to leave, Principal Nezu approached him. Impressive performance, young man. And tell me, did someone make that suit for you? Nezu inquired. No, I made it myself. Isuke answered while he's inside the suit. Didn't see him with a smile. The suit included like Ida and Raka were stunned. He built it himself with a suit? Nezu gave a knowing nod. I see. Well, I see you in a week for your results. A week later has passed. Isuka received a message from UA. A small projectile of all my appearance delivered his results. You scored 150 villain points, young man. But you also earned 60 rescue points for saving a girl. That makes a total of 175 points in first place. Isuka smirked as he saw the second place scores. Bakugo with 77 points. Class 1A waits you, young Stark. Welcome to UA. Isuka grinned. Not just a grin, just a chuckle. Tomorrow, his journey begins. I'm gonna stop here right here. So, what do you guys think? Why did Asawa has a garage on Izuku? Why did Nezu confront Izuku after he destroyed the zero point robot? And what will Bakugo react to see if Izuku is in the first place? Find that out on my channel. Like and subscribe for another part 5. And peace.